What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video today, episode 46 of 6 Scale News, and some pretty exciting stuff. I'm actually, we got some good stuff today, so let's go ahead and get into it, guys. I do have, you know what I'm saying, hashtag the book. Let's get into this. I hope you guys are doing well. We just had an episode a few days ago, 3-4 days ago, whatever it was. We talked about the Falcon and Winter Soldier, talked about Winter Soldier specifically, and we talked about that little bit of a tidbit from the Marvel Legends side for Falcon, which super excited about that. Again, season 1, I guess it's only season really, episode 1 and 2. Pretty good so far. Pretty excited to see what happens with you know, the shield. Like, I think we already know where it's going, but how's it gonna get there and that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. I know a lot of you guys are as well, because we missed out on the Winter Soldier Falcon or the Civil War Falcon, and we really want another Falcon, and the red, white, and blue would be amazing. So pretty stoked for that. But let's go and get into the news, guys. I hope you guys are looking forward to this, because I am. I got some news for you. Just saying, we're going to talk about announcements that's coming. We're going to deal with that first. Some waitlisted items, and we're going to talk about an upcoming figure release. That's right. Actually, it's going to be releases, plural. Releases. So pretty excited about that. So let's go ahead and get into this. Before we actually get into the announcements, I guess a pre-announcement would be that we picked a winner for March's Patreon giveaway of The Mandalorian with Child Deluxe. So congrats to Jeff for winning that. And we announced the prize. Yeah, we announced the prize for April, which is actually going to be the long sold out and highly inflated price of like almost $500. It's crazy. We're going to give away a heavy infantry Mandalorian for Patreon subscribers in April. So if you want to check that out, links down below, you can check it out. All right, let's get into the news, guys. Announcements. So last week, in the last episode of 6 Scale News, I told you that we were going to get the new Batman from Batman Begins and the Tumbler, and everybody's like, is it only going to be like a Hong Kong, an Asian release? It's only going to be that, or is it going worldwide? And I told everybody, of course it's going worldwide. Hot Toys isn't going to do that. They're going to say, boom, everybody wants it, can have it, give us all your money, and that's exactly what they did. So they actually announced it a day early, which is cool. Well, I guess for us it's a day early. For them, maybe it's I don't even know. But anyways, they announced it. So let's take a look at some of these photos, guys, and I know there's some of you guys who are super unhappy with the Batman, and some people are super unhappy with the Tumbler. But for those of us that don't have the figures, either the figure or the vehicle, it's pretty good news, I think. So let's take a look at some of these photos. I got them right here. This first photo of the Batman looks... It's a great looking photo. It's a good looking suit. I'm excited to see like what's going on, because Hot Toys actually said that this is a newly designed body and suit. That's what they said. So maybe the suit part maybe is a lot similar to the previous versions, but we're hoping like the skeleton of this figure is different. Maybe a little upgraded, maybe some ratcheted joints. I think we need that. That would be super cool. And there are some changes going on here. So one of them is going to be obviously going to be the wired cape. I mean, that's the most obvious one right off the bat here. And I think it looks pretty good. There are things to note about the suit and the way it moves from a posing display standpoint. I think we got to be mindful of that. I think the cape looks like it's going to attract dust like crazy. It's that I don't know, whatever, microfiber, whatever it is. I think it's going to attract dust just based on the texture I'm seeing in this thing. But the fact that I don't have to go buy a third-party, wired cape to get to my Batman figure, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm pretty stoked with that. The portrait's going to be from the DX19 that we saw maybe about a month or so ago, and they announced this figure, and I dig it. I think it looks just fine here. I don't know that there's really cause for a second or a different portrait of Christian Bale for this suit. I think it looks just fine, although some people are going to say, oh, it's just a money grab. They're just using the new made portrait and putting on this figure. But of course they are. I mean, are you new? Are you new here and didn't, I mean, just saying. Maybe you are new. I don't know. That's what Hot Toys does. For you veteran collectors, there really should be no shock in this, like, at all. But I think it looks fantastic. Specifically, I think it looks best with the harness. I think that's how I'm going to display mine. The answer is yes, I will be getting one. But I think I'll be displaying mine with the harness, because I think the DX19 more armored up suit and the cowl on it, I think it looks better. Just visually, I think it's got more, more oomph in it. I think it looks a little better. But that's just, that's personal preference on that front. But we are getting the tumbler, and that thing was going for like $1,000 or so, which is honestly, in the grand scheme of things, as far as secondary markets for an already expensive figure, for it to hit like the $1,000 mark, not terrible. But the fact that we're going to have the opportunity to get one again, I'm pretty excited for that. So I actually looking forward to this. We're going to have some light up functions. I know some people were complaining about the wheels not being dark, the rear wheels not being painted black. I don't know if that was like a license thing, kind of like the Miles Morales with the Nike swoosh on the shoes. They kind of just bypass that. I don't know, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I'm fine with it, just for the fact that I'll be able to get one. Now, if you already own the tumbler, I think it's just a 100% reissue. I don't know that there's really any difference here. So I don't know that you need, well, I'm not going to tell anybody that needs a second or third one, but I'm not sure there's a reason to purchase another one if you already have the tumbler. But it does look fantastic, and I'm pretty excited to get it. One of the cool features, actually, we'll go to this next photo next. This is just a stand-up photo of Batman with the cape, the wired cape, that's posed very well. Whoever posed that cape did a really good job. Like that's proper museum Batman, like that's pretty sick. So well done on the pleats and everything. I think it looks great. And honestly, mine might look a lot like that because I really do kind of dig that. Now this, oh my God. So last year, I guess it was last year, Hot Toys announced that Ant-Man figure from Ant-Man and the Wasp. I have that figure, and with that awesome grin, and everybody in the Hot Toy community says, "Hey, can you do any worse than that?" Like, and Hot Toys goes, hold my beer, and they reissued this same terrible mouth plate. Oh my goodness! Like, what? I know the backlash they got from when this was originally released way back when. And they did this mouth plate again. I'm like, oh my, what? We got a constipated Batman. We got a, like, I don't know, man. This mouth plate is so terrible. I'm gonna like complete pass judgment on this mouth plate. It's garbage, complete garbage. The only reason to use, I see no reason to use this mouth plate at all. It's terrible. I've seen a bunch of memes going around, so maybe if you find a good one, post it in the Facebook group. But this one's, it's god awful. It's terrible. There's really no good things about this mouth plate at all. So I see that one as being just, Hot Toys, you've got a year to redo it, so I would say redo it. That's pretty it's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, the Ant-Man with the grin was bad. I mean, it wasn't like, but it's not that bad. That's pretty bad. That's pretty terrible. The Christian Bale portrait looks amazing on there with the harness. I do like the fact that you can actually get that knee up. They've got on this pose right here. That's pretty good for a rubber suit figure. I think that's pretty impressive. So I'm excited to see what's going on. It's got to be double jointed. I'm not double jointed, but ratcheted joints on this thing for it to be able to pull that off with that rubber suit. I would think that suit would be fighting against the figure itself, but there it is. And I think it looks pretty good. Again, the portrait looks great. This is a big one. So recently, Justin actually, I believe, did a video on his tumbler that he got. And I think he made a comment. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I think he made a comment that you can't actually get the Batman in the tumbler. I think he made that comment. But this one, it looks like you can. So maybe this is the new body that they're coming up with that you can actually do this with. So I'm actually pretty stoked for that, because that's not a bad way to do this. I think, over time that might not be, great for the rubber suit or whatever, but for photos or to have in your collection looking like this, I think it'd be pretty sick to be able to actually put the figure in the $700 vehicle that you're buying. I think that's pretty big deal. So I would not be afraid to pose mine in there. In fact, maybe I will. I don't know. But there we go. So here's the Batman. What we're going to get with, we're going to get the Christian Bale portrait, the new one from the DX19. We're going to get not a whole lot of accessories. A couple batarangs. We've got a detonator, looks like, and we've got a couple hands and some mouth plates and some eyes. It's not, there's not a whole lot going on here, but it's not terribly priced, honestly, for what it is. Based on some other figures that we've gotten recently as far as price points, it's not terribly priced, so I think that's okay. I will definitely be getting this, but I still think the Dark Knight, the DX19 armor, I still think that's better. I think the cowl looks better. I don't know, there's something about it I just like better. This one I'm going to get simply because it has the tumbler, and that's probably pretty much what I'm going to do with it. So I did, if you're wondering where you can pick these up, you can actually pick these up for pre-order right now. You can pick them at Sideshow Collectibles. You can pick them up at Collector's Own. Discount code Patrol at Collector's Own. You can also pick them up at Pop Collectibles' new website, which is popcollectibles.store. And we actually have a discount code there as well, which is Patrol. So I'm trying to keep it simple so you guys can remember this stuff. But I was like, I want to figure out, like, what's the price difference here? So I went to Pop Collectibles' website. I put in discount code Patrol on the second batch figures. That first batch you're going to pay a little bit more for. The second batch you're still going to get it before Sideshow Collectibles and before the States. You're still going to get it faster than that. And then I went to Sideshow to see, like, what's the price difference on this. So I came up with this. Pop Collectibles, after the Patrol discounts, about 4,446 Hong Kong dollars, which I have right here, is about 572 US dollars as of today. You know, that'll fluctuate in world markets, that kind of stuff. But about 570 bucks for the secondary market price on the tumbler over there. That's before shipping. Obviously, you're going to have to pay shipping to get over here. Sideshow, because we are in the States, you have to pay sales tax. It's actually $677. Yeah, after sales tax. About $607. So it's about $100 more with Sideshow than it would be with Pop Collectibles. Now, that's without shipping on either one of them. So even if Pop Collectibles cost you $100 to ship it, you would get it about a month or 2 months earlier than Sideshow, and it's going to cost you less money than Sideshow, unless you just have a whole bunch of rewards points. So some interesting economics going on there. For those of you who are super annoyed at the delays in shipping, guys, if this is just part of the game. If you're worried about, like, timelines and shipping and that kind of stuff, then you kind of got to put these things on a plane and get over here versus on a ship. That's kind of the only way to do it. It's going to cost you a little bit more money sometimes. In this case, it can actually cost you less money to get the second batch figures. You're going to get about a month or so earlier, maybe longer, depending on shipping stuff. And you're going to get it, way sooner, and you save some money. It's a pretty good deal. So if you want to do that, that's just to give you an example of that. I honestly don't care where you buy it. Doesn't matter to me. But I wanted to show you that for those who are new in collecting. Now, there are some benefits to buying in the States. I cannot discount that. Somebody like Collector's Own, who is awesome. Discount code Patrol over there, or Sideshow Collectibles. Those people are there for a reason. If you have issues, way easier to deal with on, like, replacements and warranties and damage and all that kind of stuff, because they're here. So there's absolutely benefits. That $100 price difference or so might be worth it to you for the peace of mind. So you got to decide that for yourself. Do you want something super fast and not be frustrated at the wait time, or do you want to have that peace of mind and just some patience? If you choose patience, then be patient. That's all. So there's that. So Batman Begins figure tumbler, which begs the question: where is Joker? Like, what the heck? You know it's coming. Like, there's no way. We got a DX19, right? We got a Bat Pod. We got a Batman Begins figure. We got a tumbler. Inevitably, Joker is going to pop up at some point. So, just one of those things. Staying in the DC lane. Justice League. So these figures are just going. It's just crazy. I mean, the solo movie Aquaman sold out at Sideshow. That was a terrible art. That was terrible. The Aquaman from Justice League was way cooler. Just Waitlisted today was actually Incinerator Trooper. I know, everybody's like, it's been around for a minute. Why hasn't it sold out yet? I think not a whole lot of people wanted that figure. Out of all the figures released, we've got Mando, which everybody wanted, both versions. We've got IG, we got Heavy Infantry Mando, we got all these different things going on, Iron Man, all this kind of stuff. I think people slept on the Incinerator Trooper, but it did go waitlist today, and some of you were able to get it. Didn't take very long at all, actually, today. And it went. So I think this one's going to end up the price range somewhere around that Remnant Trooper. It's going to be around the 300 to 350 range. I don't see it going past that. It's definitely not a Shore Trooper. It's not going to go anything crazy. I really don't think. However, I do think it's going to warrant that over retail price because it is a Stormtrooper variant and it's Mandalorian, and it's just cool. It's a cool piece. I'm happy I got mine. I wish it was a little bit more weathered. I wish it had some soot and fire, flame effects, and that kind of stuff around the armor. It's a little too clean, in my opinion, but I'm still happy I have it, and it's just one of those things. So that hit Waitlist today. My other waitlist predictions, which I think is going to hit waitlist soon, or sooner rather than later, is going to be the Mandalorian with Child Deluxe. I don't think that one's going to stick around too long. I think a lot of people ordered that set. And the other one I think is going to go rather quickly is Captain Rex. Yeah, I know it's not shipping yet. I get it. I don't even have mine yet. But I think when it does get released in Hong Kong and we do start seeing reviews and I get mine here and we do the thing, I think that's going to... I think the hype's going to go... When you start seeing Captain Rex with Anakin or Captain Rex with Cody, and you just got it's going to be crazy. I think the hype's going to do it, and I think it's going to actually hit waitlist before it even ships at Sideshow. I think that's what's going to happen. That's just my prediction. And we saw it with the Mud Trooper, which not a lot of people ordered. We saw it with Krennic. We've seen it with other figures, and I think we're going to see that with Rex. No, even though they ordered so many of them, I think that one's going to be either right at release in the States or not long after. I think that one's going to be gone because people are buying multiples, myself included. I've got 3. I've got one with Collector's Own, I've got one with Sideshow, and I've got one with Pop Collectibles. I've got 3 coming. One with a helmet, one without a helmet, and then one for the office or one to give away or something. I don't know what I'll do with the third one, but it's... yeah, I think that's going to be a thing. All right, so the moment you have all been waiting for is here. You're like, where are the announcements? You told me that we're going to have releases, and I'm 100% telling you right now there's going to be releases, and that is plural. So in early April, very soon, we're going to see the quarter scale Spider-Man from Spider-Man Homecoming with that awesome deluxe Vulture diorama base. That thing is going to be amazing. Can't wait for it. I think the diorama base is really going to be better for the 6 scale figures. If you want a cool diorama thing, I think that's going to be kind of nice. But I've been on the hunt for a Spider-Man larger piece, like a statue of some kind for my collection room, and this might just be the perfect thing. I don't know if I want to go statue. We're going to go figure, quarter scale figure. So we're going to see, but in the early April we should see quarter scale Spider-Man dropping in Hong Kong for release. So I will have it here shortly after its release, a day or two, however long it takes to get from Hong Kong to here. I will definitely have it. So subscribe if you haven't already done that. But that's not all, because I said release says. And everybody's like in the Facebook group speculating, is it Rex? Is it Rex? No, it's not Rex. It's not Rex. In fact, we got to backtrack over to DC again, because finally, that's been delayed so long. This figure was announced in January of 2020. It was announced I think it was January 16th of 2020. And we're going back to DC. We're going back to Arkham Knight. And we got to go all the way back to Batman Beyond. Yep, that's right, guys. Batman Beyond should be releasing very soon, like imminently. Like this week, next week, very soon. Batman Beyond's going out there. I am told that this is the most limited Batman figure ever as far as the volume and the order count. That's interesting. I think that's interesting. This figure looks awesome. Now, it's not really animated series accurate. Like the Batman Beyond from the animated series was simple, clean. Like there was nothing going on with the suit. It was a black suit. He had wings, or the pop out wing thing. And that was pretty much it. The video game Arkham Knight took it to another level and said, we're going to give him like 100 pounds of armor and like 700 weapons and all this kind of stuff. It's crazy. Regardless of that, I think it looks amazing, and I think it's going to look really good next to my Red Hood or my Arkham Knight, whichever one I want to display it with. And I think if it's anywhere near as posable as that figure, which I'm assuming it is pretty much a repaint of that figure, other than the portrait. I think I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I will be looking forward to not having to switch out all the armor, though. I think this is super cool, and I hope you guys are excited about this one. But I would like to know who pre-ordered this thing. If you didn't, I'm warning you now. It's one of those things like Heavy Infantry Mando, waitlisted before it even started really shipping from Sideshow or in stock. And this one's going to do the same thing. So DC's having a nice little run here with all the Batman, the Nolan trilogies, and the Justice Leagues, and this guy right here. They're having a good little run. Maybe we'll see that Joker 3.0 soon. That would be pretty cool. But I think what's happening with Hot Toys is there's no films coming out. So they're going back in the vault and they're pulling stuff out and reissuing it. And I'm fine with that. I'm totally cool with it. I have no issues with that whatsoever. It just gives collectors, either someone like me who passed on the first time, or maybe new collectors like yourselves, who an opportunity to pick these up at retail versus crazy prices. So I don't think that trend's going to end. I think we're going to see a lot more reissues. As soon as the films and stuff start flowing into theaters again, you might see fewer reissues. But at this point, they're in business. They got to make money, and they already have these products, and they're already approved licensed products. So why not make them for people to buy? And that's what they're doing. So that's the news on 6-scale land. I do want to jump over to some larger pieces. I want to talk about some pieces. The first one being because of WandaVision. Sideshow Collectibles announced a Scarlet Witch premium format, which looks pretty cool. I know a lot of people, there's not a lot of pieces in this one as far as availability, but it's a good looking piece. The only thing I personally don't like about this one is the wired cape, or the soft goods cape. I think a sculpted cape, for me, on a statue just looks better. That's personal preference all the way around. It doesn't really matter, but that's just my personal preference. I think it's a cool looking piece. I'm not picking this one up, but I do think it looks pretty good. So there's that. They should probably do a vision to go along with it. I don't know why, and then maybe they are. I don't know. I'm still waiting on that Ahsoka Mythos statue that they teased us with back in December, and have completely forgot about us on that. So Sideshow, where you at? But they did announce another one today, which I'm 100% thinking about doing, and I'd love to help your help, and let me know whether or not I should or should not pick up this piece. And this is the life-size Spider-Man bust. I think it looks awesome, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Should I pick this up? Should I not pick it up? Would it look awesome next to my other Spider-Man memorabilia and figures and whatnot that I've got? Because I think it's pretty cool. Like this one, along with the Iron Man, I think it's the Mark III that they've got in stock now, or pretty close to in stock. I think that those look pretty cool. But the Spider-Man one really caught my eye. I really kind of dig this one a good bit. So there's that. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked for that one. Last but not least, Shazam. That's all I got. Closing the book. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you haven't already subscribed, what the heck are you waiting on? I've got some pretty cool stuff coming up for you very soon, so stay tuned for that. Unboxings, I've got more figures coming inbound. I have Alita. I bought Alita. Alita's inbound from Pop Collectibles. Alita, and I got In-Game Rocket from Pop Collectibles coming inbound. Both of those way less than what they're selling for in the States, which is crazy. So that's nice. And I haven't unboxed my Stan Lee yet. He's around here somewhere. Yeah, Ragnar. I still haven't unboxed right. Yeah. Anyways, one of those things. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, what are you waiting on? And also remember, check out Patreon down below. As always, collect what you like. See you next time.